we are recording.
It'll work.
Okay, this is scary ghost story time.
Yeah, I'll start.
Everybody's gonna make up a story as to who's the scariest. All right, Ethan, you go first.
Alright.
Whoever phone that is really loud.
There was a girl. She was walking to school. The bus hit a squirrel, and it bounced the tires. The bus driver got spooked, lost control, and hit her. Now, you say her name in the mirror 4 times. 4 times. She'll look at you in the mirror and choke you.
Oh my God.
And drag you to your grave.
Wow, that was pretty good, Ethan. All right.
I'm gonna go.
Okay, well, tell yours, Liv.
When there was a boy, walked up to the house, and there was scary noise.
What?
Like a monster. Yeah, I'm about to get ya.
Mom, your phone's pretty loud.
Dylan.
I'm like, hey.
Did the monster eat the boy?
Yeah.
Oh wow, that was crazy.
Ooh, that was a good one, Liam.
Okay. Dylan, you're next.
Look. Okay, here, please.
Dylan, your story's next.
What?
Your story's next.
Tank was looking at it. Well, hopefully I get marshmallows.
Was that scary if you don't get marshmallows?
Yeah, that's
Yes,
so
it is.
scary.
I'm a fat boy. Okay, that's scary.
You
Blow it
crazy
out,
boy.
Toby.
Once upon a time, there was a boy wrestling a marshmallow, and this marshmallow got too burnt, and he was mad. And then the boogeyman came out and stole his marshmallow.
Let me tell
It's
you
mine
my
now.
story.
And then he turned into death.
And they turned into death.
Yep.
When there was a girl, he hopped onto the roof and fell down there.
Ooh, that sounds scary.
Ooh.
Anya, it's your turn. All right, now.
I'm gonna do the scary one.
All right, sit down.
Take a knee.
When there was a boy,
Sit down. So you want me to tell the story? Okay.
when there
Oh.
Well,
one
This didn't happen to me, it happened to one of my friends. Her and her boyfriend went out to Lover's Lane. It was about in 1998. They were kissing and hugging and fogging up the windows. And all of a sudden, my friend starts going, I hear a voice, I hear something in the woods. He's like, it's okay, it's probably sit there or something. But it kept getting closer and closer. And then she said, don't you remember there's an escaped mental patient? He's a murderer. He's a
I
serial
want
killer.
a marshmallow.
He's like, oh, that dude's miles away from here. Nothing's gonna happen. All of a sudden they heard a loud noise against the car door. He took off. When they got home, there was a hook in the door.
Oh my gosh, that's scary, isn't it?
That was a what?
A hook in the door.
A hand
It's
hook.
my turn.
Okay, this one's about Donald's turn.
All right, I'll go.
No, it's my turn. I'll tell one. Okay, there was this ghost. He kept wandering the earth, looking for his golden arm. And he would say, I want my golden arm. I want my golden arm.
Where's your stick
My
at?
golden arm. There he is!
Hey, didn't get me. All right, I'll go. There was this guy. He was walking up the road, and then every few minutes it was dark and raining. Every few minutes he'd see a hitchhiker saying, "Where's my gold tooth?" and kept following the dude because he had a gold tooth. Where's my gold tooth? Every railroad crossing he'd see him. And then his car stalled on the railroad tracks. The train got closer and closer and closer. Then his car worked and moved out the way. And he'd say, and when he got there, when he got to the next railroad crossing, his car turned off. Everything was quiet. And he saw the dude, fresh raindrops on his head and everything, saying, "Where's my gold tooth?" choking the dude in his car. And then his car turned on. Finally, as the train was about to hit him, and he drove off the railroad tracks.
Just in time.
But he went to a phone booth, and he called his mom, and he said his mom is in the mental hospital of the death of her only son.
What? How does that work?
And he was that only son.
So he was dead?
Yeah, the old man apparently killed him. And now,
I'm not trying.
every once in a while, you'll see a car that looks exactly like that and says Grim Reaper 398. And that was the license plate of that car.
Wow.
And every time that you drive through that car, your car will turn off on the railroad tracks and you almost get hit. You won't get hit by the train, but you almost will. And it only happens at night. And then there's two ghosts in your car. You see them trying to choke you, saying, "Give him his gold tooth, or what happened to me will happen to you." And then the ghost will grab the key and turn it. Your car will turn on and drive off the railroad track.
Wow. No, Ethan's scared stories.
Can I have a turn? I'll tell
Okay,
a funny
Colin.
story too.
Let Colin tell
Okay.
one. Then you
Tell
tell
one, Colin.
One day, I was walking along the road, and then I saw a Five Nights at Freddy's character. And then it turned back to life. It turned to life.
Oh.
Was the latest invention.
Where's my golden Freddy?
And then Number Freddy came out, and it just jump scared.
He did.
And then and just had it. And I went over to look at him. He grew giant. And then run over. I gotta run over him. I jumped over him. Yeah, I just jumped and I went flying. And then it turned to a rocket car. Then no, can I? And then it hit somebody else. And then it hit a police car.
Oh,
And
goodness.
I saw Michael just, a police car just hit somebody.
That scared the crap out of the dog.
Can I have
Put that on there.
scary hot dog?
Well,
I want a hot dog.
I thought of one. One morning, I woke up and I was really hungry. And I went to the kitchen and there was no food. That's scary.
That'd be scary for me too. I'm chunky. I need food.
I'm a fat girl, so you know.
When we were younger, we went to stay in this house.
Scary.
It looked kind of creepy, but we wanted to stay anyway.
Yeah.
And I was like, Chrissy
That's
and
not.
Carrie, you hear all this noise. And April was just like, nah, it's nothing, it's just dumb.
Oh my story.
And I was like, I heard this house is haunted. And they're like, it's not haunted, there's no such thing. Carrie's like, oh my God, I think there is. And Chrissy said that the posters were staring at her.
Fire's out.
And they were crying stars.
They were, okay?
We
They were crying stars.
heard something creeping up the stairs. Creeping noise was getting louder. And
Somebody have to light it.
and louder.
Don't throw the embers
So
on.
I made Carrie go to the door.
And they got her!
Scared you, did she?
That
true. It happened to Mr. Dickens.
That
One
was
of the
good.
teachers at middle
Toby,
school.
he wants the uncooked marshmallow.
Who has the lighter?
That was pretty good.
That was good, Tanya. That
Put
was
some more
good.
charcoal in.
Don't need
Oh.
charcoal, it needs fire.
Needs wood.
There's some one on the back porch. Should be.
This is the story of
Just
the
put-
golden
put-
arm too. It's a
not
different
cooked.
version. Alright. I heard that there was
Grab
two people
the marshmallow.
staying in a house.
Just the marshmallow. You don't need the stick. It's not
They
cooked.
decided to go outside and explore the woods.
Give me a marshmallow.
There was a rumor that there was a murder
Lamp.
on the outside.
Chrissy,
So
got a lighter?
they decided to go
Mom's
and
got one.
explore and see if they could find the ghost.
Lighter.
Well, they couldn't find the ghost, but they started hearing some noises. And all of a sudden, they started hearing a voice.
Come on.
And it started talking.
Hand her a marshmallow.
And it was saying,
I know. Give me a
I
sec.
want my golden arm.
One side.
Here we go again.
I want my golden arm.
Oh, it's okay.
And the sound got closer, closer and louder. I want my golden arm. I want my golden arm. Hey, do you have it? I'm sorry, Lily.
It's okay. It was just a joke.
It's alright, it was just being funny. I'm
Just a
sorry.
joke.
That's not
One
Sorry.
You do.
Mom said it's very creepy out here.
Is it very creepy?
I'm blowing it.
I want
Blowing it.
marshmallow that's not good with a stick.
I've been trying to get a marshmallow for,
Please.
but nobody wants to give me one.
That's the scary part of the story. Nobody wants to get Chrissy a marshmallow.
I've been asking for just one. Everybody else has had. I even had one. I just want one.
Here.
She wants the black
I
marshmallow.
want the marshmallow. Thank you. Oh.
Okay. Come on, now we're gonna let the phone tell the
Here's
scary
one.
story, okay?
Oh, the phone's gonna tell us a scary story.
Yeah.
My hot dog hot.
I got you. I won't let no monsters eat you.
It's still cold.
That's what.
Get
Oh, where's the lighter?
Hi, Colin.
What are you doing?
your
Dad, you got a lighter?
smoke it. I want to try.
Hit me.
He wasn't trying.
No,
he
I
was
got
trying
one in
to
my room.
smoke
I'll
over.
go grab that. Get the toilet back away.
Okay.
Sit on small sticks and put on there.
Go. There goes the whole time.
It's a scary paranormal story that happened to me in my sophomore year in college.
Well,
It still gives me creeps and scares me to this day. It's a true story. Trust me. As New Year has just begun, I moved into the apartment. It's a 2-bedroom apartment with 2 bathrooms. Me and my housemate got our own rooms. Everything seemed nice. They got along great for the first week. I would often wake up to sounds in the middle of the night coming from the kitchen, since my room was the closest to it. I always assumed it was my roommate having a late night snack. After the second week, he told me that he was actually going to drop the university because he didn't feel so well physically and was kind of homesick. I was sad that he had to go, but I was a little excited thinking that I had the apartment to myself and wouldn't hear his midnight munchies. And that night, I woke up to noise from the kitchen again. I was a bit confused because I was the only one in the apartment. I was alone now.
Did somebody give Chrissy a marshmallow?
I then went to investigate and
Yeah.
found a knife
Now
on
it's
the
not
floor in the
scary
kitchen.
anymore.
Ooh.
I put it back in the drawer and went back to bed, thinking it might have fallen from the counter. A few nights passed and I didn't hear a sound, except for this night. I heard some sounds coming from my closet. It was about 3 a.m., and then I just felt a coldness around me, and my hair was standing up on my whole body when I woke up to see my closet. Suddenly I saw a dark figure standing next to the closet. It looked like a Dementor from the Harry Potter movies. But
Yeah, I think that was too scary for the boys out there.
Y'all really thought that was too scary?
They're little, Hobie.
Yeah, they were scared. Sam said, I don't like this no more. It's creepy. Okay, hold on.
Can I have another marshmallow, please?
Dylan, put some lamp in
You hear that one, Carrie?
Hansel and Gretel. Hansel and Gretel lived with their father and stepmother in a little cottage near a forest. The father was a poor woodcutter. Once when food was scarce, he said to his wife, "What will become of us? We have so little to eat. I am afraid the children will starve." Now, the stepmother was really a witch. She did not love the children, and she wanted to get rid of them. After the children went to bed, she said to their father,
What happened? You pour water on it?
"We will take Hansel and Gretel into the forest and leave
They
them
put more
there.
lamp on it?
They will not be able to find their way home again, and we will not have to worry about them anymore." "Oh no!" cried the father.
I gotta get rid of
"I
that.
cannot do that to my poor children." But the wicked stepmother forced him to agree to the plan. In the next room, the children were still awake. They heard what their stepmother was planning to do. "We are lost," cried Gretel, weeping bitterly. But Hansel comforted her. "Don't cry, Gretel," he said. "I shall take care of you. I will think of something." Later that night, the house was dark. Hansel put on his jacket and slipped out the back door.
That was creepy.
In the bright moonlight, the pebbles in front of the house glistened like bits of silver. Hansel stuffed his pockets full of the pebbles and then went back to bed. Before the sun rose the next morning, the stepmother awakened the children.
"Get up.
She said,
We are all going to the forest to cut wood."
Before they left the house, she gave each of the children a piece of
You ever
bread.
notice it's always the
Save it
stepmother that's
for
evil and never the
yourself.
stepdad?
She told them.
"You will not get any more to eat."
When they started out for the forest, Hansel lagged behind the rest. At every few steps, he dropped a pebble on the ground behind him. "Hansel!" cried the father, looking around. "Why are you so slow?" "Oh, I was just turning around to look at my little white kitten sitting up on the roof," said Hansel. "She is saying goodbye to me."
"Come along."
cried the stepmother irritably.
"That's not a kitten. It's the sunshine gleaming on the roof."
At last, they were deep in the forest. The father told Hansel and Gretel to gather wood to make a fire. When the father had made a good fire, he told the children to sit near it and keep warm.
"We are going to chop wood,"
said the stepmother.
"We will come back later and get you."
So the children sat by the fire, and to pass the time, they sang their favorite song. "Susie, dear Susie, come tell me the news. The geese are all barefoot. They must have some shoes.
Yeah, I remember from what I heard there was bread.
The cobbler has
on the
leather enough and to spare. Let's ask him to make our poor goosey a pair." Then they ate their bread and fell fast asleep. It was dark when the children woke up. Gretel was frightened and began to cry. "Don't worry," said Hansel. "When the moon comes up, we will find our way home by following the pebbles I dropped.
Yeah,
And
but more
that is
charcoal.
just what they did. When they got home, their father was overjoyed to see them. "There is some food in the house again," he said, and then he gave them a good breakfast. Oh, but the stepmother still wanted to get rid of the children. She waited until they had no food left. Then she made her husband agree to take the children deeper into the forest.
Here is your supper.
She said. And again she gave each of them a crust of bread. This time Hansel had not been able to gather any pebbles, so he made crumbs out of his crust of bread and dropped them along the path. "We will find our way back by following the crumbs," he whispered to Gretel. But alas, when morning came, they could not find any breadcrumbs. The birds had eaten them. The children started to walk through the forest. They walked all day. At last they stopped to rest beneath a tree. They saw a lovely white bird sitting on a branch singing sweetly. When the bird flew away, they followed him. Suddenly, Hansel and Gretel came upon a little cottage. It was made of gingerbread, and the windows were of transparent sugar. There were cookies and cakes and candy all over the outside of the house, and the roof was covered with vanilla icing. They ran towards it eagerly. Hansel broke off a chocolate cookie, and Gretel tasted some of the windows. "Ooh, what a fine meal we will have," they said happily. Just then, a shrill voice called out from the cottage.
"Nibble, nibble, I come, mouse. Who is nibbling at my house?"
The children answered, "It's only the wind, the wind." Just then, the door opened, and out came a bent old woman leaning on a cane.
"Don't be frightened.
Said the old woman sweetly to the children.
Come inside and have a proper meal. I know you must be hungry and tired."
She took the children into the house and gave them each a dish heaped with pancake and a big glass of milk.
"I live here all alone,"
said the old woman.
"and I am happy
Be careful, Mom.
to have company."
After the children had eaten, she put them to bed. They soon fell fast asleep in the two clean beds. Now, this old woman, who seemed to be kind, was really a wicked witch. She enticed children to her gingerbread house, and then she kept them prisoners until she ate them. When children and Gretel were asleep, the witch sat before her pot and sang to herself.
My, what a splendid feast I've got. I'll boil
That's
this
what their
tonight
mom worked
in my pot. First I will button up the
I want to see
boy,
this one.
and then the little girl enjoy.
Said she was gonna make them
Time she would walk to keep the children peacefully asleep. The next day, the witch took Hansel by the hand and led him to a little cage in her stable. Before he knew what was happening, she had pushed him in and locked the cage door. Then the witch said to Gretel,
Now you will do my housework. But first, fetch some water and cook some food to fatten up your brother. When he is fat enough, I shall eat him.
He's gonna
Gretel
fat.
wept bitterly, but she had to do as she was told. Every day she gave Hansel the best food, but she herself got only the leaving witch went up to the cage to see if Hansel was fat enough.
Stretch out your finger
She would tell Hansel.
so that I can see if you are fat enough.
But the witch had very bad eyesight. So instead of holding out his finger, Hansel held out a lean chicken bone. He never seemed to be any fatter. After a few weeks passed, the witch became angry.
Enough!
She cried.
Rattle, draw the water and boil the pot. Be he fat or be he lean, tomorrow I shall feast on him.
Gretel cried and begged, but the old witch had no mercy. The next day, the witch said to Gretel,
While the pot is boiling, we will do the baking. I have heated the oven.
pushing Gretel to the oven, she said,
Climb in and see if it is hot enough now to bake the bread.
Gretel knew what the witch had in mind, so she said, I don't know how to climb in. Will you show me how?
It's the best part.
Silly goose.
Cried the witch.
The opening is big enough. Why, I could climb in myself.
And the witch climbed into the oven. At that moment, Gretel slammed the door shut. Now Gretel jumped with joy and sang out,
She cooked the witch.
Now you're in the oven and I'm out here. I let out my brother and then we'll both cheer.
Gretel rushed to the cage and opened the door to let Hansel out. They hugged each other for joy.
He was so fat.
Then the two children went through the witch's house and found chests of gold and jewels. While they were filling their pockets, their father rushed into the cottage. My children, he cried, I have been searching all over for you. I have come to take you home again. And then he told the children that their stepmother had gone away forever. She had probably gone to join the other witches, he said, and that is where she belongs. So Hansel and Gretel and their father went home with plenty of gold. They never went hungry again. They all lived happily ever after.
Yay!
They got a good story.
They got that mean old witch.
No, hey,
I am.
Happy marshmallow.
Thanks for spending a little bit of time with us today and hearing our ghost story. We'll see you next time.
Like
I'm done.
Subscribe.
and
He
comment.
said he's done doing this.
Bye.